Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. For the last couple of weeks, I've been planning to do a requested video on Sony's infamous planned shared Spider-Verse without the Spider-Man. In it, I was going to weigh the positives and negatives of Sony setting this universe apart from the MCU. Positives being things like it won't have to be weighed down by the MCU's requirements, and negatives being that without Spider-Man it's hard to picture how far this can go, and also that it's very limiting for the MCU's Spider-Man movies, not being able to use these characters. So I had this planned as today's video, but then, over the week, something really unexpected happened. A report came out saying that Tom Holland's Spider-Man would cameo in Venom. This report came from Jon Schnepp, a producer perhaps most well known for his documentary on the cancelled Superman Lives movie starring Nicolas Cage. He appeared on Collider's Movie Talk, where he seemed very confident that Tom Holland's Spider-Man will be in Venom.
Spider-Man is going to be in Venom.
Ooh, what?
All right, so let's look at it this way. For the last couple of months, we've been talking about Venom. We've been hearing about how, Sony's keeping it all separated, and Spider-Man's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but every other character that's in the Spider-Man universe is separate.
Like a cameo?
Like a cameo, like a who knows a what-a-yo. All I'm saying is, hey, man, Spider-Man, and I'm talking about Tom Holland's Spider-Man, is going to be in Venom.
Okay, it's hard to imagine.
Schnepp claims to have a source that told him this, with it later being clarified that it's actually Peter Parker that's in Venom, not technically Spider-Man. This, of course, got a lot of fans, including myself, very excited. Previously, much to our annoyance, Marvel Studios and Sony would both repeatedly insist that the Spider-Man spin-off movies Sony is producing, which as of right now include Venom, Silver and Black, Morbius, the Living Vampire, and a rumored Sinister Six movie, is not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in its own world. Because of that, it was said that Spider-Man would not be in them, which is an odd choice. This report, if true, would change that all for the better. If it is indeed Tom Holland's Spidey, that would confirm that it is a part of the MCU. Being a producer, Schnepp could very well have sources here, so I think I might believe him. Not only that, but I think that following Disney's acquisition of Fox, they've been pushing a more expansive MCU. As we all know, the New Mutants release date was pushed back 10 months. And I believe the reason why is because Disney wants them to do reshoots to make it a part of the MCU. If this report is true, if Venom is part of the MCU, then it will be a big first for Marvel in two ways. It'll be their first project, movies or TV, to center around a character who's mostly considered to be a villain, and it'll be the first R-rated movie set in the MCU. Now, not too long ago, Sony did a live stream from the Venom set to an audience at the Brazil Comic Con. I'll link to the full video from IGN below, but it does confirm a couple of interesting tidbits. For one, previous rumors said that Eddie would be part of the military or something like that in order to make an Agent Venom movie of sorts, but this confirmed that he is a journalist here. But it was also confirmed that Venom is set in San Francisco. I'm mentioning this because it has some interesting implications for the MCU. For one, that's the same city Ant-Man and the Wasp live in, so it'll be interesting to see if we get any references towards either one. But the big thing is that San Francisco is in California, while Peter Parker lives in Queens, New York. That's a long way from home for Peter, and for one thing, it would explain why Venom isn't just flat out fighting Spider-Man in his movie. And it also brings up the question of just how Peter gets out there. My theory is that it has something to do with the academic decathlon he's a part of. In Homecoming, that took him to Washington, D.C., so I think it's possible that's how he gets all the way out to California. Also, if Peter is in this, I'd honestly expect it to be a super small cameo. I wouldn't expect him to team up with Eddie, and in fact, he probably wouldn't even interact with him, really. I'm okay with this as long as they do have a more proper introduction at some point in the future. In fact, honestly, I think it would be better for Peter to have a really small role, just to make this movie more about Venom and not Venom co-starring Spider-Man. But overall, I'd say this rumor is probably true. On all accounts, it just makes sense. Honestly, why wouldn't Sony put Spider-Man in Venom? I mean, it just wouldn't make any sense not to. And why wouldn't Sony let Venom be part of the biggest movie franchise of all time, where simply having Marvel Studios over your title is a guaranteed box office success? Of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but don't be surprised if Sony and Marvel officially announce this someday soon. But what do you guys think? I think I'll probably make a video in the coming weeks going over every movie Sony currently has planned, as there have been quite a few announced. I'm sure you guys are probably just as happy to learn that Spidey might be in Venom as I am. So how would you like to see Peter and Eddie interact? And do you think we should get a Spider-Man vs. Venom movie one day? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.